Well, we made it. Hey, what's up, guys? This is just gonna be a quick video, but it's obviously something I need to address because, holy shit, a lot happened this past week. Stuff that I've been just steadily watching grow. We are currently at 1,100 subscribers. Things in life have been a bit chaotic recently, but thankfully because of how I've been scheduling my videos and whatnot, you haven't been noticing, like, any dips or whatnot, because right now, we're pretty much uploading daily because I'm covering a big series on the channel right now, but this last couple weeks, I've been watching the subs just like going up like crazy. I mean, not like super crazy, but like, more stagnant growth than what I've previously experienced. And while my social blade predicted that I'd be at 1,000 subs around this time, I didn't think we'd actually get to it this quickly. I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but I mean, it's hard. I have put literal blood, sweat, and tears into getting us to this point on the channel. Just, one day hoping that we'll get to 1,000 eventually, It's one goal of many that I have, but it's one of the goals that you have to hit in order to finally get monetized. And while there's still other goals I still need to hit for that in order for it to be official, we're pretty much there. And once that monetization finally kicks in, I'd say we're finally at the starting line. These last 2 years, I guess you could say, have been preparation, the training. Of course, I am endlessly thankful to each and every one of you. To those of you fans, old, new, probably most of you new, let me know down below in the comments what video specifically brought you to this channel. For most of you, it's probably going to be my Shadow of the Colossus short, but if it was anything else, like some anime review, maybe some of my Star Wars stuff, some reaction I've done, let me know. And as always, if you want to reach out to me personally and get to know me on a more one-on-one basis, my Twitter is down in the description below. It always is in all of my videos. As well as if you'd like to support me or even still get to know me more personally, my Patreon's down in the description as well. I don't even know what to say, man. I've just been speechless. I never thought we'd be here. I think back all the way to when I made my first video on the channel, New Start. I never realized at the time how poetic that title would be, because when I made that video, it was when we were still fresh into COVID. We were all just stuck at home, and I was going through a really rough patch in life. I had recently went through a pretty rough breakup, and I didn't know what to do with myself. Just something at the time just spurred me to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna talk about stuff. I just sat my phone on the table and then just started talking. And I thought it would just be this one-off thing, just this one video. I remember spending that whole night trying to find some free editing software. I eventually found Premiere Rush, which is like the cheaper version of Premiere Pro. And through editing that video, I realized, wow, editing's fun. Even though, of course, at the time it was just cutting stuff out, putting in music, but I found more enjoyment in it than I thought I would, and that spurred me to continue to make more videos. But speaking of those older videos, I figured this would be as appropriate a time as ever. Let's take a look back at some of those videos. I got them pulled up here. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Well, I guess we'll just go to the channel and then sort by oldest. I am ready to tear myself a new asshole. It's funny, for the longest time I remember that for some reason they took away the sort by oldest thing on YouTube. Wonder why they did that. This seemed like a good idea until I pressed record. I realized I actually had to watch my own shit. It's different when I'm actually on camera and I have to watch it. It's different when I'm just by myself. Alright. New Start. Sheesh. First video uploaded September 1st, 2020. Technically, it wasn't my first video uploaded on YouTube. I mean, you'll never find it, but it'll always be there for me. First video technically was uploaded on March 23rd, 2015, which was pretty much when I officially made my Google account and then did this because yeah, if you go to my channel, it says that I joined March 14th, 2015. Jesus. I've almost had my YouTube account for 10 years. That's a scary thought. I'm not gonna watch back this video just because it's kind of sad. I don't really want to get into it. And of course I had uploaded other weird videos that I had made over the years, but I was like, just get rid of them. And then yeah, fitting title, New Start. All right. there's so much I like already want to critique myself on, but at the same time, it's like, I didn't know what I was doing. And again, this was a very, very weird time in my life already. Just like the fucking loud ass fan in the background, me wearing my AirPods. I like to think that physically I haven't changed much over the years, but then I realized this is coming up on 4 years ago. I used to be like skin and bone, man. I mean, I'm still decently skinny, but like I'm starting to thicken out over the years. Fucking tuxedo shirt that I still have. Let's get this going. What am I doing? This was just an idea I came up with in the middle of the night, you know, and let's just spur of the moment. You can barely hear what I'm saying. I'm gonna turn on captions. It's just like, hilarious story. This day, I mean, like I said there, the night before, I was like, you know what? I feel like just making a video. Of course, I was gonna say being young, but I mean, even still, I'm only 18 in this video. I swear I'm like way younger there. It's funny, like physically I feel like I'm my age, you know, 21, 22, but mentally I still feel like I'm 18, which is funny because when I was this age, I feel like I was mentally like 16. You know what, for old time's sake, why don't we wear said shirt? There we go. Perfect. I guess I really haven't changed that much physically. The fact that this shirt still fits me. I know that like for most people, a lot of this isn't gonna mean anything to anybody, but for someone who's, this is gonna sound so stupid, but for someone who's, you know, a fan of deep lores. Not saying that my life is a deep lore thing or anything, but there's a lot I want to like talk about and give context to, but at the same time, you know, there's certain details and whatnot that I'm obviously not going to share, but I'm not going to watch the whole video. You know, we'll just kind of jump around. Let's be honest, this year sucks. It's my goal with this video. Oh my god, that music cut. I wish I could go, no, I don't wish I could go back, but I just wish like getting to experience like editing a video for the first time. I made this video and I was proud of it, and you know, I'm still proud of it just because of what I was able to do at the time, even though all it was just cutting up stuff, adding music, which I mean, you could argue is an editing style that hasn't changed much over the years when it comes to my videos, but I can definitely say that my edits have gotten more clean. Some positive encouragement. This is also just like a test video because I'm testing out some editing stuff on my computer. Just want to see if any of that works properly. So, what the frick is going on? This year's not been good. God. I'm sure I'm not alone in saying it's been the worst year of my life. God, bro. I mean, that's just one of those things where it's like, I'm 18 years old and this is the worst year of my life. I mean, I will say, like, in the years that have preceded this video, it got better. Again, you gotta remember, I uploaded this in 2020. Like, this was still, like, peak COVID. And again, I was coming off, like, a really rough break. Again, I guess I'll talk a little bit more about that. Again, I won't go into too many details. Pretty much, like, what spurned this whole YouTube journey was late 2019 into early 2020, my senior year of high school. I was in a relationship, and of course, like, you know, benefit of hindsight and all that, and looking back, it's like, it was a relationship that was doomed to fail, but it's still one that I'm glad I experienced, just because it allowed me to learn a lot more about just, like, you know, love, how to love someone, how to date someone, and just, more importantly, just about myself, really. I mean, also, at the time, I was pretty involved in, like, my theater clubs and all that, and doing, you know, stage plays and whatnot, and of course, like, at that time in my life, you know, the person I was with, they were very, I guess we'll say, outspoken person. I guess a more crude term would be loud. Whereas me, I wasn't really that. It was just one of those relationships that spurned from, because of the whole play stuff and all that. We never would have met if it weren't because of that. And there was just a whole, like, crazy, what seemed like endless story at the time. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell the story because, you know, for the sake of people's privacy, and also, not that it would matter. Like, I could say names and it wouldn't mean anything, but I'm just not gonna do that because, you know, sometime in the future, if me and the boys ever do podcasts, I'll delve more into some details on stuff because that would be fun. But for right now, just kind of like a bullet pointed thing. Stuff happened, you know, COVID became a big thing. Only a couple of months before I was supposed to graduate high school, it was like, all right, yeah, we're closing schools for a little while. See you guys in a couple weeks. And of course, a couple weeks turned to a couple months and then an indefinite future. And despite COVID and all that happening, like, we still managed to make that relationship work for at least a couple more months before a culmination of different arguments, different fights, different stuff that happened, and the relationship ended. thankfully, like during all of COVID, we were able to actually have a graduation ceremony. Not that I really cared at the time. I was fine with just getting my diploma in the mail and just saying goodbye to that part of life forever. I don't know. It was nice to at least be there with like some of my friends and whatnot, but that was like the last time I ever saw that person like in person and pretty much said goodbye to that part of my life, which is very poetic, of course, looking back on it all. For like the remainder of that like summer, I guess, it was rough because it was one of those things where, you know, we broke up, but like we still wanted to stay friends. It was one of those cases where that was never gonna work. Not saying it never worked, but I'm just saying with how our relationship was, it wasn't gonna work. And ultimately I got like, you know, the classic massive paragraph text, and then yeah, that was the end of that. And of course at the time I was just completely devastated. I was like, damn, this sucks a lot, which of course it does. I'll laugh and say anything about it, of course, now all these years later. You know, at the time it feels like it's the end of the world, but of course now I'll laugh at it and be like, you fucking idiot. All that to say, if it weren't for those spur of events, I wouldn't have made this video, which then led to me making even more videos.
This has been a trying time for all of us. Well, mainly, I'm bored, and you know, I've been watching YouTube for about 8 years of my existence. It's a big part of my life, so it's like, it'd be cool to put my own video up there instead of like the stupid videos I would just post. We're only a month into this, and at that point it felt like we were a year into it. I was like, we're only a month in. Now we're 5 months in. I've made jokes being like, each month this year, it's like the 10 plagues in the Bible.
I almost wish I kind of kept the original like video file of this. Like, it'd be funny to maybe edit it. Like, what would this video look like if I edited it now? I mean, granted, it would probably be half as long because there's so many just long pauses. Just because like how I did it back then was just like if I was talking, I wouldn't interrupt it, even if there was like pretty decently long gaps in between. Like, you know, I didn't want to do like quick cut. I don't know why, because of course at the time I did it and I was just like, this is perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. I don't know if that's just, you know, the deteriorating attention span that's happened over the years, but the whole reason like the fan is on in the background is because I was just so self-conscious about, I don't know, projecting my voice, which I'm still kind of like that, but it's not nearly as bad. I mean, obviously having a microphone helps a lot with that and being able to edit the audio and post. I didn't expect to spend so long in this video, but we'll start speeding it up.
I put the idea for this video, but I had nothing scripted, so I'm just going full improv, just off my brain, doing a lot of hand movements. I'm sorry if that's distracting. I got 4 months.
I was proud of that edit. I remember being so proud of that stupid oh my god, stupid fucking dumbass. But that much has not changed. I came up with the idea of this video and didn't script anything. That still has not changed. I do not script my videos. That's still something I kind of pride myself on, is I have decently good improv. Again, you know, editing helps a lot with that, being able to cut out just, you know, my screw ups or whatever, stitch together a joke better. But not to say I've never scripted a video. You know, I've had a couple videos here and there where I've, you know, written stuff out, but I've never had like a full-fledged like review or anything like that I fully like typed out a script for. Because I don't know, I kind of like just write the script in here as I'm talking, or just like before I start recording. These are like the bullet points I'll hit and whatnot.
Like this year, as crazy and as awful as it's been, it's gone fast.
That's cap. Bro, you want to talk about fast years, man? Let me tell you about 2023, or hell, even this year. But that's a broken record in and of itself. It's like, this year has gone so fast.
Motivation. And then spit some real quick.
Okay, I can't. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people who watch like maybe old videos of themselves or anything. It's like, I look at this person and I'm like, this isn't me, even though it's me. I don't know, I like to think that I'm different now. I mean, I definitely would say I am in terms of like my emotions and just how I carry myself. Obviously doing YouTube for consistently 2 years, I would hope I would change. Going back to the relationship thing again, I do have to thank that person. Through that person being someone who was very expressive, very, I would say, larger than life. It rubbed off on me considerably, I would say. It motivated me to try and be more expressive. Obviously through doing theater as well, that has trained me to do certain things with how I project myself and present myself. That obviously has, you know, carried over to today with how I do stuff. So while it still kind of saddens me the way that relationship ended, one, it needed to, and two, I doubt I would be where I am today if I was still in that relationship. I'm done spending time with this video. This video is already getting kind of longer than I wanted it to be. So we'll just kind of jump through history a little bit. So the next video promises was the true test, I would say. I was proud of that.
Gotta be not as ADD as possible. I'm, messing with things, also moving my chair. No more of that. Yeah, last video.
Cap. That doesn't change either. Still as ADD as ever.
It's actually really fun. It takes a couple hours, but once you get the rhythm going, it's pretty fun. Yeah, also I'm gonna project more.
Big step up already in quality. I mean, I turned the fan off. Funny story with this video. My good friend, like when I was doing these videos and I was like talking to him, I was like, bro, I had your promises video on like a bunch of different like devices. I was trying to bump up this. So like the bulk of these views are from him. Yeah, and then there he is. Oh, I never liked it. There we go. Where are you, my man? The reason this is called promise is because like I was going for like these type of videos. They were just me sort of venting my frustrations with life at the time. I was just going for like simple title, this fucking description. Promises are a strong bond and oath between people. And today I discuss and break down how to hold yourself to the promises. The funnest part about doing these videos was like going into the YouTube audio library and finding music. So every once in a while I do go on there and I still find like some of those old ones. I'm like, oh, and I try to use them in some of my like more recent videos. The tier list of my favorite video games. This video fucking broke me, I remember, because this was my first time trying to use OBS to record something. And I don't know how I messed it up, but back then I didn't know how to use it. I thought you just downloaded it, clicked record, and that was it. I didn't know you had to put in like, display capture, audio capture, like all these different things. I recorded it and then I didn't have like the screen. So I was like, but I still want to do the video. So this was like the first time I put like, I guess, effort into a video. It's a 48-minute video, good lord. Whatever game I was talking about, I would just have the poster and then put the rating. I sort of adopted what I did like my anime tier list video a long time ago. I remember just being so pissed about that and just like, I just want to get this done. My lightsaber arsenal. It's funny how this finally came back, like, because I talked about in this video like a certain lightsaber that was coming out that I was gonna get and then review, but then I never did. But then when I did my updated Star Wars collection video last year, I came through on my promise. I fulfilled my promise. It's kind of funny how stuff comes full circle sometimes. Yes. And I talked about like, the friend who, was like watching my videos a bunch to like help the views. Or I say was, this is that friend. I do have to give a big shout out to, I mean, he's still been in like some of my videos like recently, like in gameplay stuff, but he's a true brother. I'm pretty sure this video was his idea. It was the Unis Honest Burger Challenge. Because, Unis Honest was a big thing at the time. I mean, it's also funny because like there's a bunch of videos here that you don't even see anymore, which I guess I might as well show them. The Shattered series, the series of 2 parts, but the Shattered thing was meant to be a 3-part thing that I was doing where it was me like really addressing the relationship I was in and just everything that happened. I mean, not going into detail, but just like it was meant to be symbolic. It's like right now I'm shattered. Through like doing this and finding a new passion, I can take those broken pieces and create something new. Part 1 I was talking about it. Part 2 I was like, all right, this is how we're gonna move on. Then part three I never made, which I guess is symbolic in and of itself. I remember I was gonna do a thing where it's like I was gonna like go hike a mountain and then like the symbolic thing of like I got to the top of the mountain and this is the beginning or whatever, but I never ended up doing that. I am not going to watch these videos, but I'm also not gonna delete them just because it's part of history, part of my history. What's next moving forward? Me just making update videos for nothing. And of course the first video that saw actual traction, Transformers animated reaction. I do want to actually like maybe finish, or I guess just actually do this series at one point. Like the whole reason I stopped at the time was because this was the first time I ever experienced getting copyright blocked, and like that scared me at the time because I thought I got like copyright striked, so that kind of like scared me to not do anymore. But of course now I've done so many reaction series where stuff has gotten blocked and still does get blocked. Now it's just kind of annoying, so it's like I'm not scared of that anymore. And plus now that I know how to really do reaction videos, someday I will maybe revisit it. Be fitting. And then yeah, this was the first, I guess, break I took, which was kind of haunting. I made this video, it's like the meaning of, I've kind of like put my own like symbolic meaning into what it all means. At the time it was kind of just meant to be a tribute to Unis Honest because like it was ending pretty soon when I uploaded this. I did this and it was like October-ish, and then I didn't come back until like summer of the next year in 2021. For a while it was just these videos and then nothing. It's almost like one of those channels where it's like they post like weirdly haunting videos and then just never heard from again. It's like I almost could have become that. But it was also just kind of a thing. It's just like, what is the meaning of like anything? It was kind of like a depressing video. It was the end of like this era of videos where it was just me just with my phone just doing whatever, doing nothing pretty much. And then we came back with Snow White with the red hair anime review, my first ever anime video. Yeah, this series where I was just like, I want to talk about anime. I don't know, why not? This will be my comeback. And it was. I just went through on my anime list at the time, and I was just going through alphabetically just every series that was on there. I think I only ended up doing like 3 before I stopped. Thankfully, I stopped. Good lord. This era was interesting, I'll say, just because this was the me in the closet era. I had like cleaned out this area of my closet here. I pinned up like a Dragon Ball blanket, and it was just me with my laptop and a headset, Turtle Beach headset microphone. And this was just me properly like coming back. You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna do any shit about me anymore. I'm gonna talk about anime. And then my first ever gaming series, the Doki Doki Literature Club series. It's weird, but I still think this series is pretty damn good. Okay, not like really good, but like I think it fit the vibe of kind of like that horror thing. You know, I didn't have like any lights on other than the light coming off my laptop. You know, it was fun. It was the first time I ever experienced like bulk recording stuff, because literally like I did this first part. I mean, you can't tell in the video, but part 2, 3, 4, and 5 were all recorded on the same day. And then the ending I filmed separately. But reoccurring theme with some of my earlier stuff, a series I never finished, because there was the side stories for Doki Doki that I never finished. This was such a weird era as well, just because the whole reason I stopped again for a while was because my laptop, which was literally all I had at the time, had like died. I think because I was just doing so much on it, you know, I was like recording stuff, I was editing it all on the same, but I don't know, it just like fried the motherboard and had to be replaced. And there was just there's a whole like laptop saga that happened here where just like months of like sending it in to getting it fixed. It got lost at one point, and it was like almost half a year of it, like of me just not getting my laptop. And then once they finally got it, they just like did some shit where they just like obliterated it, so I lost like my hard drive. It was my own fault. It's like I should have backed all that stuff up on something. So I had like I think 4 videos from this era that are just, you know, they're gone forever. This review was fun because this was sort of me coming back. I had recorded it and edited this whole My Hero movie review on my phone. So I was like, I want to kind of talk about this movie. Like I don't have like my laptop or anything. But then I was like, oh wait, Capcom is a free editing software that you can use on your phone, and it's like actually good. So like I used it, and then finally I had gotten my laptop back, and then I came back with arguably like 2 of the most banger videos on my channel. 2 tier list videos. The My Hero tier list is whatever, it's the Fate tier list. This is a video I still come back and kind of watch every once in a while, though it definitely has problems and stuff I would edit differently. At the same time, I don't think I would change anything about it. The thumbnail's pretty good because I was deep in my Fate phase at this point, and yeah, it still sees views to this day, which I love. I had a weird energy in this video and I really liked it. Then of course the Dragon Ball Super superhero trailer, and then yeah, that was pretty much the end of the closet era. And then I finally came out of the closet, and then the debut video of my new microphone at the time, the HyperX Quadcast microphone. That microphone lasted me 2 years, man, till finally getting this bad boy. I mean, it still works, and I still use it for some stuff. Absolutely, if you want a fairly inexpensive and also like surprisingly good quality USB microphone, HyperX Quadcast, phenomenal microphone. Again, carried me for 2 years. I bought it used as well. I think I only bought it for like $80 off of Amazon. Like it came in the box like jangled up. Like I did not expect the cable to last as long as it did. I never had to get it replaced. 2022 was an interesting era because I mean this was the era where I really started to like find myself and the kind of videos I wanted to make. And then the Book of Boba Fett reaction, man. I mean, this is the video that cemented how I would do the style of my reaction videos. How I did the thumbnails mainly, where, you know, reaction face, teaser image, title a PNG of what the show is, the PNG title. This is like still one of my most like raw reactions, I would say. I mean, that was the best episode of that show, obviously. Oh, Smasher Pass, Fate characters. Back where we were in that peak Markiplier Pokemon Smasher Pass. And then, the series that cemented it all. Still probably consistently the most well-received reaction series I've done. Like, all of them except for this one are over like 200 or 100 views. Day to Live Season 4. This was the series that truly cemented just how I would do my reactions to this day. You know, where I have like the whole intro, I'm just like, let's get right into the video. And then doing the whole part where it's like I'm dancing to the intro and whatnot, you know? And then the end part where I'd have like the image like surrounding with like the piano cover of the opening. I'm so glad I decided to do that. There's so many of these videos where I was one like thought away from just being like, you know what, maybe not, let's not do that. Thankfully, like where I'm at now, I don't have that thought. I'm always just like, record first, think about if it's worth it or not later. Podcast with the boys that I've still never revisited. And it's not that I don't want to revisit. Obviously, I would love to do more of these kind of podcasts, but you know, just all about scheduling and making sure everyone's available. That trilogy of Dragon Ball episodes building up to Superhero, that was a good time. My first ever Master Duel video. It's so funny when I look back on like my Master Duel videos, certain stuff I'll talk about in them, I'm just like, what the hell is this card? Like, I don't know, like anything. Like, I was still very fresh when it came to playing Master Duel and just Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, I played it a lot when I was a kid, but then never revisited it for like over a decade and then came back into it with modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! Whereas now, like I rewatch my older videos, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? You're misplaying so hard. Then again, you're playing Cubic against something like Sky Striker. People who don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't know what I'm talking about, but now you want to talk about truly throwing me into the deep end and trying to figure it out. The like fall 2022 anime season where I decided to react to 3 shows. Of course, veteran reaction channels are just like, pfft, that's it. You know, looking back, I'm like, that was a lot, but you know, I never thought about it at the time. It was fun, you know? I had My Hero Academia on Saturdays, I had Mob Psycho Season 3 Wednesdays, and then Chainsaw Man Tuesdays, man. And then even still, I was uploading videos in between those. Where is this consistency now? Obviously, we're pretty consistent right now just because, you know, I'm watching a series that has a lot of episodes so I can upload daily. I mean, this truly like cemented that this is how I'm doing reaction videos. The fast food tier list, absolute classic. 2022, yeah, that was the year where I finally was like, you know what? I think I can do this. And yeah, we saw like huge success. We hit 100 subs that year, our first 100, and then we just came in bam with 2023. God, this fucking Sing a Bit of Harmony movie reaction. This still gets views. It's almost at 1,000 views. It's like, I didn't think the movie was that good, but Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Fitting video considering what's happening right now, but so many of these videos that I now look back on as like classics. Even though these were only a year ago. The Schizo Meds, Love is War video with the boys, the rest of My Hero. It was around this time when I got my PC. And honestly, it was really this point, like once I got my PC, that I say quality definitely jumped on My Hero. Jedi Survivor. I always kind of talk about with myself, it's like, I liked this era of videos. I don't know why. The Dangers in My Heart review to like the Metamorphosis reaction. If you look at like all the thumbnails of these videos, like they're very, very bright and vibrant, and they all did like decently well. And of course, you know, this video, the best forms that me and my other Dragon Ball enthusiast friend did, that I'm really glad did well, because God, that video was such a pain in the ass to make. And the Metamorphosis reaction, still scarred for life because of that. Demon Slayer, the AX vlog, that was like 10 minutes. The review of this manga that still does really well. The poker video that me and my friends say is a certified hood classic. The first drip check, Ahsoka. And yeah, this is pretty much where we're at now. The Halloween era of videos. Those were all really fun and good. And then Fate Zero, what a fun reaction series that was. And then, yeah, here we are. Best of 2023, 2024. Started off this year with a banger. Jujutsu Kaisen is stupid. 2.2k. And then even the Maiden Abyss video, which did surprisingly well. And here we are, modern day. Currently doing Freyrin right now, which is doing decently well. And of course, this fucking, my Anime Awards video, which is doing really well for obvious reasons. Oh, my video just went up. It's always fun to do. I look at like, you know, yeah, my oldest videos, like you look at that, then you look at where we are now. You can argue not much has changed, but at the same time, a lot has changed. These 4 years, man. Again, really 2 years of consistent videos, but I mean, it all started 4 years ago when I made that new start video. Here we are now, 4 years, 340 some odd videos, and 1.11k subscribers. I'm endlessly thankful to all of you. Broken record, but it doesn't matter. We YouTubers, we don't have this if you aren't watching it. I hope that you'll continue to watch my videos for many more years to come, because I have so much I want to do, so much I want to accomplish with this channel, and though we finally have hit the first of many milestones, it's one that I'll never forget. So, everyone, to 1,000 subs and many more. As always, thank you for 1,000 subscribers, and join me for many other videos of the sort, be they future reactions, reviews, gameplay, or anything else that'll be coming out soon. Until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.